Hello and welcome. I'm Peter, the host of this channel. And on this channel, I share my experience as an independent explorer in the world of the occult. Also, I truly believe that you didn't find me by accident and that what I have to say will help you thrive on your spiritual journey. So there were many requests from some of you regarding the spirit of nature and the spirit of space. Namely, how can these spirits be contacted and what does communication with them look like? So in this rather short video today, I will tell you just that. Oh, and by the way, if you find that this video is to your liking, then please give it a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell as it really motivates me to create more content like this. So let's start with the spirit of space. To be honest, I don't know how and why this spirit reached out to me, but as I said in one of my earlier videos, it came into my life during a summoning ritual. I was about to summon Lucifer, but instead of his energy, I started to feel a totally different one overtaking the entire room. This turned out to be the spirit of space. How do I know that it's him? Well, the spirit of space told me that he was not a person or a point of consciousness, but a place, and that I live on him or inside of him. A place from which all other places come from. One thing I remember is my mindset. Because before all this happened, I wanted to know the truth about reality and I was prepared to go any distance for it. I'm just like that to this day. I also remember that just a few days before the ritual, for the first time ever, I acknowledged the space around me. It was a consciousness boosting experiment that I did, where I imagined that I was stroking the entire street with my invisible hands. And I greeted everything that I touched with my invisible hands. Then and there I also greeted the space between me and every object. Technically speaking, the spirit of space doesn't communicate with me as a person, but with my consciousness. It's kind of hard to explain. It looks and feels like a total psychosis, a kind of shattering of the mind where different shards of my broken mind communicate with the space. But not me. Me as a person, I just get pushed into the background where I listen to the communication process between space and a fraction of my mind. It is a total split consciousness experience. It is as if my mind was broken glass and the spirit of space spoke through each piece's reflection. The spirit of space sounds very childlike, almost naive, but it is always right. And in this state, I can only listen and marvel at what's happening to me. I can have this kind of experience while I'm totally sober, and also when I'm not sober. Point is that this experience is not in the drugs. So it is not a drug-induced hallucination shit, but a firm and consequential experience. So don't do drugs, kids. What's also interesting is that you can clearly sense that this spirit doesn't have a concept of problem. Problems are man-made structures. This spirit doesn't have a single problem in this world. In fact, all my problems fade away into the background while I listen to it having this conversation with my pure consciousness. It makes you feel like you're not even human, only a vessel. And this vessel can be taken over by any spirit who you allow it to. One thing that I always receive from the spirit of space is a constant reminder that no entity or God is greater than the infinite, not even the infinite itself, and that the infinite is not a mathematical problem to be solved, but a kind of source to all there is in this world. Contacting the spirit of nature is very similar, only it doesn't communicate the same way. It comes to me and acts through me. It is a very kind-hearted spirit, and you can definitely tell that no spirit is as ancient as this one. It carries with it the past. It is very hard to grasp, but this basically means that within the spirit of nature, you can sense all the times that have passed since the beginning of time. It's very old, very ancient, and thus has inspired many religions throughout history. Nature primarily shows me things about myself that I don't like, hidden aspects. I guess it is because it wants to urge me to change these features and patterns that I have in order to progress. I know I've said this before in my other videos, but nature loves change. So doing magic is something that pleases the spirit of nature. During one of the split consciousness experiences I had with it, the spirit of nature said that we all have psychic powers deep down waiting to be unleashed. It's like finding your psychic talents. Because we are all talented in something in the spirit world, just like in the physical world. In the physical world, we are all naturally better at some things than the others. Someone is just a natural negotiator, or a blessed music producer, or an excellent shooter, etc. Dormant psychic powers are just like these. You may uncover that you are good at mind reading or reading blindfolded or astral projection, intuition, summoning spirits, etc. I guess it isn't just our nature. We are humans after all. It is inside us. It lives dormant inside us. My special power is that I can create these proxy spirits I usually talk about and hence change people's lives. The other thing that the spirit of nature constantly reminds me of is that I should live in this moment, because it is the only thing that is real. All the experiences out there live in this present moment. Sometimes these messages come in the form of inspiration. It is absolutely fantastical inspiration that I've never thought of before. You see, I'm the kind of person who tends to live either in the future or in the past, so this was news to me. The other thing that came from this connection is that for more than a year now, I've had the eye of Lucifer, which means an eyesight with which I can see the mind all the time, and thus I can see an extended version of this reality. And yes, I'm still loving it after all these years. So here's my suggestion for you if you want to contact these spirits. First of all, don't have any expectations. I think they will come to you as they came to me. Just invite them and then wait. It could take multiple attempts. For space, start acknowledging space. Gaze into the darkness between the clouds at the stars at night. Look into the infinite and expect it to look back at you, because that's what it does. For the spirit of nature, I will do lots of inner work. So while you're at it, you may be given some new aspects about yourself by this spirit. And in the meantime, let me warn you that this stuff can get quite powerful, as these spirits are among the oldest and most powerful ones out there. And who knows, maybe your communication with them will be a lot more demanding spiritually than you think. To me, it is now natural, but it really fucked my mind the first time. So much so that at one time I ended up in a psychiatric ward. I'm not joking. It happened during that time when I crossed the abyss, and that is unexplainably painful and frightening. But more on the abyss in a future video. So that is it for today. Let me know your thoughts on the subject down below. If you want to sign up for the Proxy Spirit Experience, you can still do so through my email in my bio. I'll see you in my next video. Take care. I love you.